Timothée Chalamet losing at the Oscars is absolutely the best outcome that could have happened of this entire situation. Michael B. Jordan coming out on top is absolutely the right winner. Personally, I feel like we shouldn't reward try hard behavior when it comes to the Oscars. Like, let your film stand on its own. Let your performance stand on its own. You actively campaigning uber hard, having celebrities and famous figures, including ballet dancer, wear your merch, advertising your movie, trying extra hard to let people know, yo, go see Marty Supreme. Hey, by the way, Academy, keep an eye out for Mighty Supreme. Like, yeah, and all the interviews and, press junkets and Lord knows what not that he did along the way, that was the hallmark of one who really, really, really wanted that golden statue. And, his speech a year ago about wanting to be great, I understood that, man. I get that. That's cool. You got time. No need to rush anything. You got plenty of time to be establish yourself as one of the greats. And had it happened this year, had he done all the stuff he did this year, had he said all the things that he said this year and gotten that statue, it would have been a misstep. It would have been a huge misstep. It would have sent the wrong message, and it would have come across like they were rewarding all that weird behavior. Like, just everything that went on this year and like the year leading up to it in preparation for these Oscar nominations. And this isn't even about the ballet thing. This isn't even about the ballet and opera comment he made, okay? That, keep in mind, that comment came out after voting was closed. They had already made their selection for who was going to win Best Actor, Best Picture, and all that. They'd already decided. So, yeah, the Oscars basically decided even before he said all that yeah, old Timothée Chalamet isn't winning this year's award, which I think has to do with not Timothée Chalamet himself specifically, although that does play a factor, but just everything around him. Like the pairing with Kylie Jenner, the all the appearances and interviews, and the not to mention social media and the audience just gradually turning on him ever since this year began. Really, it's just it's all just what should have been really working in his favor, or him, or his attempts to like get people to show himself as get him to show himself as more relatable, just kind of made him come across like a jerk. Out of the numerous videos I've seen where people on various social medias and countless YouTube videos and just gossip channels and drama channels and Lord knows what else, who've come forward saying like they didn't, especially once that opera thing happened, who've come forward and said like they felt gaslit by this man. Somehow they felt gaslit by Timothée Chalamet, and they were so caught off guard by by these comments about ballet. And apparently, it wasn't even the first time he said anything like that. And they were like so surprised that somebody with a family that has a background in the performing arts like ballet and theater could say something like that. And they felt gaslit, like the dude they saw in Interstellar and Call Me by Your Name and Little Women is now this random dude coming out of nowhere and dissing the arts, talking about, oh, I just lost 14 cents in viewership. When did he become so smug all of a sudden? And then there's those people that are like, I know what's going on. It's that Jenner chick. It's Kylie Jenner, man. She's turned him. She's made him just this smug film bro. She's the one to blame for all this. She's responsible. Like, that's the vibe a lot of people were giving. Even before the Oscar thing, when he started seeing her, his vibe did change. His vibe did change after he did Marty Supreme, where in the movie he does play a very, very unlikable character. And, it's this thing with method actors that you get sometimes where they're like, they play an unlikable character and then you hear stories about them being extra unlikable on set with the crew and with their castmates and whatnot. It's a tale as old as time. A method actor gets cast to play a character who's not nice. The character isn't nice for the course of the film, and then like, I don't know, I guess they get that residual method acting until the movie appears in theaters where they just continue not being nice. See Jared Leto. Yeah. it's just also before we get in that, I just want to know when you hear about method acting, how come we never hear about someone method acting a nice guy? Hmm? Why do we always hear method acting about someone method acting and being a jerk? How come we never ever hear method acting stories about an actor who was playing a nice person? And it's almost always a dude. You never really hear about like method acting from an actress or something because they wouldn't let him get away with that. You would not. I mean, Daniel Day Lewis when he was playing a guy with like a club foot, I think it was called the movie My Left Foot. He had people carry him up the stairs because he had to stay in character. Jared Leto had people like push him around in a wheelchair when he was playing Michael Morbius, and Morbius had to be on crutches, and like you could never get away with that as an actress. Like, I'm pretty sure no actress in the history of ever could demand to be carried around just because they're playing someone in a wheelchair and need to stay in character. Like, no, that would not happen. I'm sorry. No. I guess in the world of acting, it's this thing of we let this dude slide on being a jerk because the performance they deliver is like, leaps and bounds what a regular actor would. I guess method acting is inherently designed for like people to perform as jerks and bad people all around. It works best when you're playing a bad guy, and when you're playing a normal guy or a good human being or someone who's level-headed, I guess then it isn't method acting, you're just being yourself. What a crock. But anywho, so yeah, old Timothée Chalamet losing at the Oscars. Good old Timothée Chalamet came out having won nothing. Not only did he win nothing, the movie he was in won nothing. No best director, no best picture, no cinematography, no visual editing. No, not editing. What's this? Visual effects, I think it was. No editing, no sound mixing, nothing. Marty Supreme walked away with nothing, which might just be the most Marty Supreme thing to come out of that award show. But it's not just that. But Sinners had that song and dance number where a ballerina came out. They were like, we heard what you said, man, and we didn't appreciate it. Which, yeah, I don't think that was so much the crew from Sinners saying that. I think because at the end of the day, it's the Academy that has to okay everything that goes on its show. I think it was the Academy that gave the green light to that sort of thing. It might have been their idea. It might have been their way of saying, yes, we see that you're trying to become one of the greats. Yeah, we see you want to achieve a lot and do all this stuff as an actor, but don't think that we owe you anything. I think that having a ballerina as part of that show and putting that show on the way it did, also having him sit right in front and then cutting to him when they did that opening monologue where like, we've been on the lookout. We're like on the lookout for any people from the performing arts or the theater who want to come at us, like just cutting right to him as he's sitting there. I think, yeah, that was them being like, yeah, we heard what you did. We didn't like it. Like, we want you front and center to be seen when this Best Actor award comes in. And we want to show you, like, stay in your place, watch what you have to say, like just, I don't know, humbling, basically. The Academy decided to humble this man, even though, votes had already been done before he said the ballet thing, which meant that they set this up way back. So, yeah. I think it's the best thing that could have happened to this man because now he has the opportunity to try again in the years that come and maybe come back bigger and better. Preferably better this time with a role where he's not playing a jerk. I mean, who knows? Maybe Dune 3 will get a nomination next time, but Lord knows, man. It probably won't be for Best Actor. It might get Best VFX or Best Sound Mixing or something like that. But yeah, that's what I got to say on that. Old Timothée Chalamet came away with nothing. Just walked up to the front of the line with the Academy was like, damn, Oliver Twist, like, please, sir, I want an award, sir. Like, you ain't getting jack, man. Get out of here. Like, we saw what you did earlier this year, man. And we see you trying really hard to get one. We don't reward tryhards around here. And that's what I got to say on that. Don't forget to, I don't know, have the day you wish to have. And yeah, good luck and Godspeed to you.